Today on Larry King Now, iconic Hollywood actress Shirley MacLaine on her new film, Elsa and Fred.
I'm a woman who cheats and steals and makes up stories and just is completely untrustworthy.
What she thinks about the state of Hollywood today.
Since the corporate mentality took over the studios, now they're all into branding, as you know, with Marvel this and Spider that and whatever. Meaning not really character development, nothing that would really interest anybody, frankly, above 13.
Plus, you mentored Jennifer Lawrence, is that true?
Yes, they called and said, could you talk and kind of advise and mentor her? And we did have one long night together.
It's all next on Larry King Now. Today, we're in the beautiful Studio 4 at the Andaz, West Hollywood, to sit down with a true Hollywood icon and an old and dear friend. Through Shirley MacLaine's storied career, she has authored 10 international best-selling books, won 7 Golden Globe Awards, including the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award, received 6 Academy Award nominations, winning the Oscar in 1984 for her role as Aurora Greenway in the beloved film Terms of Endearment. Shirley's latest film, Elsa and Fred, is a delightful romantic comedy, opens in theaters November 7th. She's working with, have you ever worked with Plummer before?
Yes, I did a picture that Attenborough directed.
Really?
I had to get right to it, yes.
The two of you have great chemistry,
Isn't
right?
he great? He's
it worked right away.
We had more fun getting drunk every night after work.
Where did you shoot it?
New Orleans.
Now, this was a movie in Argentina, right? And it was a hit book.
This was the original Argentinian film, you know, cast quite differently. Really rather kind of sweet little old people. A little different from him and me, so we had to get a rewrite, so we did.
And the point is what, he's sent to this, it was a nursing home? What is he in?
No, I don't know exactly what happened, but he ended up in the same building as I live. And he's a curmudgeon-like old cantankerous guy who was married but didn't even like his wife, much less love her. And I'm a woman who cheats and steals and makes up stories and just is completely untrustworthy. And she sets her eyes on him, and then he begins to kind of listen to her, but for a long, long time he doesn't like what she stands for because it's quite unusual in terms of what is expected.
And what a support. You got James Brolin, George Segal. What a supporting cast in this movie.
And Marcia Gay.
Yeah, was it fun to make?
It was, Larry, but complicated because my character was all these things, and how was I going to make her adorable and cheery and stuff because we don't find out till maybe 2/3 through that she's dying.
Why did you reveal that?
So they don't have to bother going to the movie.
Shirley, it's okay. Maybe we'll clip that out. Shirley just revealed a key part of the film. What attracted you to this role?
I loved the Argentinian picture, and I wanted to work with Christopher, and I had worked with him once with Attenborough, I told you.
He's a great actor. I had dinner with him and Al Pacino one night, and then I had to drive him all the way back from Santa Monica to the Beverly Hills Hotel. He likes to drink.
No kidding.
How's life going, Shirley?
I'm very, very, let's say I'm not joyously happy because I've learned that's stupid. I am.
What do you mean?
I am content.
Why is it stupid to be joyously happy?
Because the fall comes. And so I'm very content, happy with contentment, satisfied, don't worry, and I think I'm living more in the present. Don't think about the past or the future anymore.
You used to think a lot about the past, right? Yeah. Didn't you? What changed?
Age.
Now, I'm 6 months older than you.
Isn't that awful?
We're both octogenarians. Now, when did that happen? I looked up one day, I was 80. When did that happen?
I know what you're saying. I don't look at that stuff anymore. And I'm learning not to look in the mirror. I can't stop looking at my waistline because I have to keep getting clothes for the bottom half of me.
You used to be trim and dancer.
Yeah, does it look different?
No, you're a gorgeous woman. You have beautiful eyes.
That works.
Yeah, that works. You were very sexy.
Yeah, you always thought I was, but you like shikses. That's why you say that to me.
I lived in McLean, Virginia for 20 years.
Oh, well, no
I used to drive by your old high school.
Oh, W&L.
That's right.
Did you really, Larry?
Do you ever
we talked about that with some.
Yeah.
Like
Do you ever
that.
talk to Warren?
Sure. I was over there the night before last.
You used to be separated apart, and now it's better?
Well, it's sibling stuff, you know. We disagree on some things, we agree on others. I don't know, but we're great old friends.
I like Warren a lot.
Yeah.
He's a good man. He's got a good marriage.
Got a good marriage, wonderful kids.
Yeah. And you, Shirley, are you in love with anyone?
I'm in love with my doggies.
Dogs.
I'm in love with. It's safer. It's less expensive. You don't have sleepless nights. Oh, you do, because I've got 3 or 4 dogs in the bed with me. Better a man, maybe, from that point of view. Don't know.
Yeah, think about it. Anyway, the film is Elsa and Fred. It opens November 7th, and it is I saw the trailer and stuff. It's a delight. I mean, you look like you're having so much fun.
Yeah.
Coming up, what does a Hollywood icon like Shirley MacLaine think about the current state of the entertainment industry?
Wow.
And other things. Stay with us. We're back with Shirley MacLaine, the film Elsa and Fred. It's a independent film, right? Like,
It certainly is.
yeah, but it's going to do well. You know why?
Why?
Because we're in an age of Hollywood films with the $182 million and the graphics
think
and
that's true, but-
computers and
Yeah. But you need marketing money. That's what I'm doing, talking to you and talking to other journalists.
to help promote the film.
That's right.
How do you think has Hollywood changed a lot
Oh, God, Larry.
for the
I
worse?
mean, they're not even, well, I can't say worse or better. Because I will say one thing. Since the corporate mentality took over the studios, now they're all into branding, as you know, with Marvel this and Spider that and whatever. Meaning not really character development, nothing that would really interest anybody, frankly, above 13. Making a lot of money because they are now the owners of the studios, and all those wonderful visionaries we had before don't exist there. But they do exist in the independent world. So the advantage of being locked out of the corporate Hollywood is that most of the good scripts, the good directors, the good actors, all that stuff is happening in the independent world.
Do you see scripts? Do people still call you?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
good, isn't it?
Anything for an old lady, I get. I'm watching Meryl Streep because she's the best in the world.
Why is she the best? What does she do that others don't do? You're a great actress.
I don't give up my identity. Ever.
In other words, you're always Shirley, no matter what you're in?
On some level, yeah. She has told me she not only gives up her identity, but she needs to. Isn't that a wonderful thing to know about yourself?
Yeah.
Needs to be this other person a couple times a year.
Isn't that what acting's all about, though?
Larry, I don't know what acting is all about. I don't know how to act. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I
What do you mean? You just do it?
Yeah, that's really so. I have no idea. I read the script. That's it. I don't study. I don't do research. I don't go into all that.
You don't think about what is this person like when she was 12 years old?
Oh, that's funny to me.
Actor studio.
I can't even remember what I was like. How do I know about her? But my sense of being a dancer, I need to know how she sits and how she walks across a room. I need to know that. And once I figure that out, I work, I think, from the outside in.
You mentored Jennifer Lawrence, is that true?
Yes, they called and said, could you talk and kind of advise and mentor her? And we did have one long night together, and some other discussions. I like her a lot. She's has no filters either, which is probably why they
She's
put
a
us
talent.
together. Very talented.
What did you make of the release of those pictures of her?
Oh, the sexy picture.
Yeah.
It's the technological age. I guess one has to be prepared when you're famous that your life's going to be
She's
invaded.
very bothered by it, though. You wouldn't be?
Me?
Yeah.
If I show somebody nude, are you out of your mind? Of course I would. I mean, in my day when we were all younger, nothing like that happened. And these people really are up against a serious set of invasion of privacy rules. It's...
Now, you worked on Glee, right?
Yes.
And Downtown Abbey?
Downton.
Downton, what was that like?
Which one?
Well, let's take Glee first.
Because they certainly are oppositionary.
Yeah.
Glee, I didn't understand what anybody was saying half the time because all these young people talk so fast. And they talk speed talk, and I don't know what the drum is. Whatever. So I would just make fun of them, and they would laugh and basically admit that they were keeping their thoughts secret through the way they spoke so that older people never knew what they were thinking.
And what about Downton Abbey?
Downton is a terrific thing. You know, I would come to work and go into the trailer looking like the wrath of God or something that didn't care, and I would just let them do whatever they would do to turn me out into this other dowager. Always shocked me when I walked out of the trailer and looked like that. What's my name on that? I've forgotten.
I don't know.
I don't know me either. But I love working with Maggie.
Do you stay in contact with any of the people you used to work with a lot? Well, a lot of them.
No,
passed
they're all
on.
dead. Yes, actually.
Yes,
The answer is yes.
That's right, because you. What is Sinatra doing?
I had a channeling the other day.
You channeled him?
No. I had a channeling about something else. One of the people I was wondering about was you, but never mind the answer. And Frank came through.
Frank. So explain this to me. When you channeling.
Not me. I went to a channeler.
Oh, you went to a channeler.
Yeah.
A seance like?
No. It's really a rather legitimate profession. You can set your consciousness aside and let another level of reality come through.
Okay. And when Frank channeled into you,
He channeled through the
through her.
person.
And what did he?
He said, "Hi, kid, you're doing great." Spoke just like he used to.
Did you see him?
No, just heard him.
Where do you think he is?
Definitely heaven, with some bodyguards.
Come on, Shirley. Where do you think he is? You do you believe you heard him?
Oh, yes. Yes, too many people have spoken to me basically on the other side.
So
yes.
where is Frank? When you say you say the other side, I'm fascinated with this because I'm an agnostic, maybe an atheist. I don't believe there's anything after.
No, you're a left-brain intellectual who wants hard evidence. You always want proof. And it's really hard to give proof about things that are not third-dimensional. And this is not a third-dimensional experience. I'm trying to think of how I could explain it. When you start to understand where did we come from, where are we going, none of that is hard evidentiary. But you know there's something there.
Oh, so do you believe like Frank is watching us now or is aware?
Oh, I don't think he would be all that entertained by this interview. No.
Keep it up, Shirley.
Yeah, right. And he's got, I told you, his buddies there too.
Oh, his friends are with him.
Some of them.
Oh, but what I'm trying to get at, I'll make this leap if you'll help me.
Yes, don't blame this on me, because you have a block.
Okay, I know that. Where is the other side? Where?
Well, you need to know location.
Well, where is he?
What are you, a real estate salesman? It's not. Where is the unknown? I don't know.
Up next, Shirley talks about many things. The time she spent with the Rat Pack, those great days, those wonderful films. The great Shirley MacLaine, and we'll also talk about UFOs. That I believe in.
Really?
We'll be right back. We're back with Shirley MacLaine. She stars in Elsa and Fred in what looks like a terrific film. I mean, it looks like a lot of laughs in it.
It's laughs. It's about older people falling in love and all the things that they have the courage to not give a damn about anymore. And I guess that's how you really love correctly.
Christopher Plummer, why do you like living in New Mexico?
It's like the sign. It's an enchanted place. It's a land of enchantment.
Santa Fe.
Yeah. I live at 8,000 feet. It's absolutely extraordinarily gorgeous. It's the backyard of UFOs, to lead into what you want
That's
to know.
where they land and they've come.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen one?
Yes.
What did you see?
Craft. That's about it. When it comes to how I felt when I saw it, I'm like you. I don't go that much into the feeling. I want to go, wait a minute, I just saw a craft and it went like that. I saw many of them in Peru. Oh, my Lord. I went way up at 13,000 feet, and all the scientists had people there, the skies, searching the skies, making evidence, making pictures, etc. I mean, it was like an askewed bowling alley watching all this craft dart across the sky.
Why do you think, and it would be a guess, they have not arrived and talked to us?
I think that for some reason, our governments, especially the American government, don't want to disclose it.
Why? I wouldn't fear it. Who would fear it?
Well, Larry, I think it would cause some problems. But besides that, you know, my big reason for thinking they don't, aside from military-industrial complex losing control, which I said once on your show about 60 years ago, it was the idea that if they are traversing space in such large distances, they have free energy. If we knew about that free energy, all the global elite would be out of money.
You got a point. In 2014 alone, NASA discovered more new planets than the previous 17 years combined. What does that tell you?
That we're not alone.
Do you watch the news? You still follow politics?
I'm a news freak.
You are?
I really am.
What do you think of the elections?
It's also self-aggrandizement. It's as though everybody is for their own position, their own re-election, rather than actually thinking about what a free society politician ought to.
Do you miss those days with Frank and Dean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
What was that?
Especially them.
They were special people.
Oh. You know, they were not very involved with how they were perceived. I think they also understood there was this mystery about them. You know, are they mob, are they not? Are some of those guys here, or are they not? They're womanizing, which I never experienced. It was never that kind of...
They never...
Never.
You were their mascot, right? They loved you.
I was the one who picked up their trash and answered the door and did things that menial people do so they wouldn't have to hire a maid.
How did you like working with them? Like some came running with
Very, very much. They don't like to rehearse. They didn't like to rehearse. Probably not now either. They were spontaneous. They have a sense of comedy that's immediate.
Dean was very funny.
Funnier than almost anyone I've ever met.
Yeah, truly funny guy. Funnier.
Truly funny guy.
Some say funnier than Jerry.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, Jerry was a
brilliant.
mathematical, scientific comedy genius. Still is.
Yeah.
But Dean didn't think about it much. It was his natural proclivity to be spontaneous. When he picked up the ice thing in his glass and said, I'd like to see Sonia Henney skate on this. How do you get funnier?
And Frank, his loyalty was in... Frank liked you. He was wonderful to me. I really had fun with him.
Absolutely right.
He was a great guy.
Great guy, the likes of all of them, including Sammy. And the rest don't come along that often.
Your daughter was rough on you in a book. Do you hear from her?
Well, it's rough. I don't want to talk about it. It hurt my feelings so much, and nothing of it was true.
None of it true?
Actually, none of it.
Do you have other children?
All the men I've ever been with. No, I don't have. That's all.
Were you attracted to younger men, by the way? Did you ever date anyone really younger?
Oh, yes. I dated men when I was in my 50s who were 20 years younger.
That had to be sexual.
No, it was
No?
that too, but it was also kind of a joie de vivre of living. They had a sense of, let's go do this and go do that. One of them, I was going to take a trip across the country in his van. He was a driver.
You have had a great life, right? You got no gripes.
No, don't really regret anything.
How many movies did you make?
I don't know.
Did you ever want to go back to Broadway?
Yes, but I don't want to do 8 shows a week. But I'll tell you, the thing I'm enjoying most now about being me is my one-woman shows, because I show a wonderful compendium of stuff on film: acting, politics, writing.
Where do you work, in theaters?
Yeah, big theaters. And then I come on after, and I talk with the audience. They can ask me anything they want.
An Evening with Shirley.
Yeah.
Up next, we'll play a little game of If You Only Knew, and Shirley will take some questions from our social media group. And don't forget, Elsa and Fred opens November 7th. We'll be right back.
You challenge them.
Okay, Shirley, Elsa and Fred opens November 7th. I think it's going to do great because it's going to get word of mouth.
I hope so.
Okay, Daniel Elder from Facebook asks, do you have any stories from working on the movie Gambit with Michael Caine? I love that movie.
Michael Caine was another one I adored.
Oh, he's
so
a great
funny.
guy.
And he had just come to the States. You know, he does give me credit for inviting him and making sure he was in the movie. But he could not deal with the pantyhose of all the women that he was dating. He said, how do you get those things off fast enough? So we had to go through a rehearsal once. I mean, I didn't do it with him, but I went through the different moves, how you take the...
He's great in the new movie Interstellar.
Michael Caine is in Interstellar?
Yeah, and he plays his own age, too.
Oh.
Yeah, he does. Casey Young on Twitter asks, when you look back at your career, do you have a favorite memory? Is there one thing?
Dean and Frank, that memory of that relationship.
How about Terms of Endearment?
Well, that's my favorite movie and my favorite part. Tough to make, Larry.
Why?
Oh, that's a long story. You haven't got time. That's a long story.
Was Jack Nicholson rough?
Fabulous. Oh, no. He saved us. That only leaves one person.
Louisa May on Twitter, what was the best character you ever played?
I loved my character in Steel Magnolias. I was sort of rehearsing for my old age. I think I'm kind of getting into it now.
My people here tell me that movie is revered in Louisiana.
Yeah.
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
We play a little game of If You Only Knew. I just throw them at you.
Wait.
Yeah. Who's the first boy you ever kissed?
George Price.
How old were you?
12.
In Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah. Favorite movie of yours, Terms of Endearment, right? Mm-hmm. Favorite movie you've loved to see?
Lawrence of Arabia, Inherit the Wind, Hairspray, Dora Hairspray, and Network. I think Patty Chayefsky was really going to the truth.
Great. Best on-screen kiss you've had?
Pretty well all of them, but Larry Harvey.
Oh, yeah. No. And he was gay, wasn't he?
No kidding. You think?
Yeah, you think? But he was the best kisser?
I said pretty well all of them but him.
Oh, I thought you said all of them but him.
Yeah, I'm not that particular.
Did you have to kiss him in a movie?
I think I did. I think I sheared away and maybe they cut it. But...
Favorite leading man?
Mitchum.
Robert Mitchum. Mm. He gave me a rough time.
He was a rough guy.
Yeah.
One of the most intelligent I ever met. Photographic memory. Could read a script, never look at it again, remembered it.
Good
word
actor.
For word. Yeah.
Do you and Deborah Winger ever talk on the phone?
Never, and not in personal life either.
If you hadn't been in entertainment, what do you think you'd have done?
I think I would have been interested in being a physicist. Since I was 10 or 11, I've been a mystic, wondering if we are alone, and if we're not, what's up there, so I would have gone into that science.
Favorite curse word?
Can you do all that?
Yeah, you can on the internet.
Fuck!
You did it well, too. The city you'd like to travel to?
All of them.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Dark chocolate covered almonds.
If you could change one thing about the world, what would you do if you could wave a wand?
I'd ask for help, and the next question would be from whom? Probably some well-meaning extraterrestrial. Yeah.
Do you believe in God?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Well, I believe in a source, a creative source.
Someone you'd never worked with but wish you had.
Brando.
Biggest fear?
Electricity, lightning.
Where do you keep your Oscar?
On a shelf with all the other awards.
A talent you wish you could possess?
Patience.
Yeah. What's your most cherished memory?
Oh, Lair.
What, baby?
Oh, no, nothing like that. That's so, I can't answer that.
How do you think we'd have done? Maybe we would have...
You and me as a couple?
Yeah. In past lives, we may have been together.
Yeah, you were the woman, I was the man. That might be going on now, too. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Could be. How do you think we'd have done?
I think we would love talking. Yeah. We always have.
Right.
You revealed to me some years ago you wanted to jump on me because we could talk. That would save a lot of trouble when you're older.
We'd have fooled around good.
I would have been more than fooling.
What was your sign?
Taurus.
I'm Scorpio.
Oh, I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
Because that means, you know, you're shifty. Well, you are shifty, or you wouldn't be a good journalist, right?
Shifty?
No, yes. Mm-hmm. And that's very colorfully attractive.
Do you fear dying?
No, I want to die and see if I'm right once I get there.
Yeah, but if you're not right, you won't know. You see, you can't lose.
You never die, and that's what you...
What do you mean you never die?
Are you an Orthodox Jewish man?
No, I'm a Jewish man. I'm a cultural Jewish man, but not Orthodox.
You're too cultured so that you don't see that your soul lives on.
But how do you know that?
Because I can remember the past, and I was there. I remember those things. I know that the soul never dies, in my own knowingness, however you prove that.
How many different lives have you had?
How do you measure every time you've lived when it's millions and millions and millions of years?
Shirley, you're an ace. You're a doll. Her latest film, Elsa and Fred, a delightful romantic comedy. It opens November 7th. I want to thank Shirley MacLaine. Do not miss Elsa and Fred.
They're just scaring me. I guess I better go see it, too.
Yeah. In theater, you'll like it. You're in it. It's in theaters November 7th. And remember, you can find me on Twitter at King's Things. And I'll see you next time.